So this may end up being the longest video that I've ever done, and here's why. But it's also easily the most requested video to do that I've ever gotten. And I knew it was going to take me a long time to do it, which is why I kind of needed to. I haven't done it for this long, so it was just going to take me a lot of time. So this video is I am going to go through my Michael Jordan collection of Sports Illustrated. I have all 50 Michael Jordan Sports Illustrated cover appearances graded in Newsstand. It was what got me into this hobby. It was like the first collecting goal that I had in this hobby, and I ended up reaching that goal a couple of years ago, and just haven't had a chance to do this video and show this off. So I'm really excited about this. This is going to be a ton of fun. Hang on for anything could happen, and we're going to be here for a while, and it's going to be freaking awesome. So let's get started. We're going to go from 50 all the way to number 1. Some of them I'll delve in and tell some stories. Like I said, we'll be here for 2 hours or longer if I start telling stories about all these issues, but maybe that's what it is. Let's get it started. 9.6, Michael Jordan. This is his 50th cover. Came out on February 18th, 2013. The big 5-0. Jordan and his famous, slam dunk contest jump from the free throw line. By the way, let's qualify this before I get any further. Sports Illustrated has said that Michael Jordan has been on 50 Sports Illustrated covers. By the way, it's the most of any athlete by a long shot. Tiger and LeBron and Muhammad Ali have been on around 20, 25. They would be the closest, but Jordan's got double that. But what Sports Illustrated considers a Michael Jordan cover varies a little bit from what collectors may consider. For example, I think there's a cover from 1996 where Jordan's on it. You can see the back of his jersey. It says Jordan 23, but the focus is really on Phil Jackson. For some reason, Sports Illustrated doesn't classify that as one of his official covers. Also, covers where Jordan is like the small little inset picture in the corner. That's not considered. Again, this is Sports Illustrated's list, not mine, of 50 covers. That's not considered a Jordan cover, so kind of keep all this in mind. By the way, in this issue here, issue number 50, there's a page in there where they have photos of all 50 covers. So that's where all of this information and basis comes from. The fact that Jordan's been on 50 covers, what those covers are, this is officially done by Sports Illustrated. I think there's one 9.8 of this one. I'm going to do a quick little a quick little examination of the QR code on the back so I can get some data here, because I want to see this. Which, by the way, I haven't really focused on my Jordan collection in a long time. And of course, it's not pulling up. Oh, here we go. So when I got to the 50, it was like, oh, that goal is accomplished. Time to move on to my next collecting goal. And I really haven't messed with my Jordan covers in a while, and I really need to start getting back into it. I've upgraded a few of them over the time. This is a really long way of me saying, if you own any of these in Newsstand that are higher graded than the copy I have, please reach out to me if you're interested in selling those. I may be interested. Yeah, there's one higher. So this is a Pop 5, one higher. And I remember when that 9.8 went up for auction. I think it was sold on eBay. Might have been Heritage. I was bidding on it like an idiot. Didn't bid enough. Buddy of mine ended up getting it. I don't know if he still has it or not. I should reach out to him. But there is one 9.8 of that. Okay. We're going to have to move a lot faster here. I'm going to crank these out. All right, next up. Michael Jordan on the Wizards. This was cover 49. I'm going to try to do my best to keep track of that. 49, February 17th, 2003. His Wizards covers, obviously not nearly as collectible as his Bulls covers, but I do like that one. I'm surprised I only own that in 9.2. Kind of a tough issue. Dark ink on the back. Dark ink. You got this navy border around the whole thing. Tough to get that in a high grade. Michael Jordan cover 49 there at 9.2. And then you got your boy right here, 9.8. I love that. I love saying that. And then you got your boy here. This is where I got it from. I got it from Theo Vaughn. So this is where I got it from. Here, this is him doing it.
That's a pie. And he looking up all of all these cakes, all these German chocolate hitters. 6-story, 9-story. They got Euro players, these, tiramisu hitting them from the threes and that, and doing them baby gator shots and all of that shit off the back top. And then they got your boy.
That clip was like one of the first clips I ever saw of Theo Von. I had no idea who he was at the time, and he does the whole rant on pies, and I just love that line, and then you got your boy. And then you got your boy. 9.8, Michael Jordan, cover number 48, January 14th, 2002. Again, real tough. Now, the back isn't tough, but the front's tough. All that dark ink, tough to get that one at 9.8. Next up. Another 9.8 from the Wizards. This would be cover 47, October 29th, 2001. Not bad. Love looking at that one. Hey, Jordan, it's still Jordan. I don't care if he's playing on the Wizards. Not as great as if he was on the Bulls, but I don't care if he's on the Wizards. Another 9.8 Jordan. I'm going to say this. This is probably the least collectible Michael Jordan cover because it came out when he was not a player. So he had retired. But he had retired, but he had bought the Wizards, so he was not playing when this issue came out. Technically, cover number 50 from 2013, he wasn't playing, but this was after he retired from the Bulls, when he bought the Wizards, but before he started playing for the Wizards. He's not in a uniform, he's just in, some Washington Wizards, workout gear, he's got a basketball. Look, it's Jordan, it's still part of the 50, still got to have it, but not really, maybe his least collectible issue. So Jordan, 9.8, cover number 46, I think. Yeah. All right, next. Oh, this is interesting. So this is number 45. This is the last Michael Jordan cover in a Chicago Bull. Well, I shouldn't say that. This is. I was going to say this is the last Michael Jordan cover in a Chicago Bulls uniform, but cover 50 was in a Chicago Bulls uniform. But this was obviously closer to his playing days. January 25th, 1999 at 9.6. That's 45. This is a good one. Jordan, Babe Ruth, and Ali on the cover. Got that beauty at 9.4. This came out on December 28th, 1998. So let's find out. Was that 45? I think that's 45. Let's find out when did Jordan, what was his actual retirement date? This will be interesting. So I wonder what the last one was. January 13th, 1999 is when he retired. So this is technically the last cover of Michael Jordan while he was still technically playing for the Chicago Bulls. Because this came out in December 98. Jordan retires January 99. Obviously, he comes back and does the thing with the Wizards. That's 45. I'm gonna lose count of these. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45. That was 44. It's important. 44. 43. Boom! The shot, baby! 9.8. One of the most iconic Michael Jordan covers. June 22nd, 1998, right after he hit Game 6 versus the Utah Jazz to cinch the second three-peat for the Chicago Bulls. Easily one of the most iconic Michael Jordan covers out of this entire 50, and just capturing that moment and that image, and we all remember it. Him holding up that follow-through, just like Wesley Snipes in White Man Can't Jump. It's so pretty, so pretty. So is that 9.8. So pretty. I've had that. I think I've had 3 copies of that graded at 9.8. That was 43. This is 42. Jordan MJ rises again, June 15th, 1998. Again, part of that from the 1998 playoffs. That's 40, 42, 43. This is going to be a theme. I'm sorry for all 50 of these videos. I'm never going to keep these straight. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 43, 44, 43, 40. That was 42. So this is 41. Oh, baby, yeah. Michael Jordan, Last Stand, 41 at a beautiful 9.8. I've owned several copies of this at 9.8 as well, but seen this in a lot of my unboxing videos, and I'm not even going to get into the whole rant about Last Stand versus Last Dance. You've seen that before. Still drives me freaking crazy. That was 41. This is 40. Jordan and his teammates gambling in the airplane. Man, does that tell the story? We all know Jordan loves to gamble, baby. And for them to put it on a cover way back then, too. May 11th, 1998. Lots of Michael Jordan covers in that 1998 playoff run. That was 40. This is 39 at 9.6. This is Don't Bag It, Michael, February 16th, 1998. This was kind of during, you remember that 98 season, Pippen was injured and out for like the first whole half of the season, and the Bulls were not great. Especially to start the season. Then Rodman got his act together and they were playing better. And then once Pippen came back and they were all at full strength, we know the rest of the story. That was 39, I think. This is 38. This is right after the 5th championship. So this is June 23rd, 1997, is the Jordan Dynasty, the NBA's best ever. This issue came out again after the 97 championship, which would have been their 5th championship, which also was played against the Utah Jazz in the finals and contained the famous flu game. I've lost count on my numbers again. This is 37. This is a fun one. Let me get it out of the box here. Jordan and Rodman, gimme 5, going for their 5th championship, June 9th, 1997. So that's cover 37. This is cover 36. Another 9.8 there. That's Jordan and Steve Smith guarding Jordan. Atlanta Steve Smith describes a week of hell. Yeah, you weren't the only one, Steve. Everybody was in hell when they were trying to guard Jordan. This is 35, one of 2 animated covers by Jordan. Both of them were animated by the same artist. This is, Are the Bulls So Good They're Bad for the NBA? Ha! Hilarious! Another disastrous headline on Sports Illustrated's part. Have you seen the NBA ratings since Jordan left? Straight into the toilet. But that 9.8, the furthest thing from the toilet. That's number 35. And then this is number 34, Bullwhipped. So this came out on June 17th, 1996 during the 96 NBA Finals, which would have been the Bulls' 4th title. That's a Seattle player there. Not quite sure who that is. Fun fact about this, this is Jordan's only variant cover, only regional variant cover. I think Nick Saban in Alabama. Nick Saban might have been on the cover that week. No, that doesn't track. He wouldn't have been in Alabama in the mid-90s. I'm not quite sure who's on the other cover, but it's Jordan's only variant cover. So interesting to note. Also interesting to note, CGC has never properly broken this out as a variant in the census. So, screw you, CGC. Okay, gonna take a little break here while I put these back in their box and get the other one out. So, quick edit. All right, got the boxes swapped out. This is cover 33. This is Chicago Fire, June 3rd, 1996. Beautiful looking 9.8 there on 33. So 32. Oh man, this is one of my favorites. Air and Space. Jordan and Rodman on the cover. This is 32. This came out on October 23rd, 1995, right after Dennis Rodman joined the Bulls. Just a great cover of those two. There are a couple of copies, at least one, if not 2 at 9.8. I'd love to get one of. I'd love to upgrade that at 9.8. 33, 32, 31 is next. This is another good one. Shaq and Jordan on the cover. I think this is the only cover that both Shaq and Jordan appear on. 1996 or 9.6, May 22nd, 1995 for that one. So that is Jordan cover 31. Jordan cover 30. Boom, baby. I'm back. So much going on with this one. This is cover 30, March 27th, 1995. 9.6. I have tried. This is probably my biggest Jordan chase issue. I've had this one graded a dozen times easy, never gotten a 9.8. Always looking for a 9.8. Very rare. Jordan in his 45 uniform. Also, Hall of Famer Reggie Miller, his first and only ever Sports Illustrated cover appearance. Got that at 9.6 for cover number 30. Cover number 29, another one of the illustrations, at a beautiful 9.8. March 20th, 1995. This is just as Jordan was announcing he was coming back, leaving baseball. You can see the baseball cap flying off there. He rips off the baseball uniform. He's got the Bulls uniform on underneath. That's fun. I think that was 29. 28, Jordan in baseball. Baggett Michael, 9.4, cover number 28 from March 14th, 1994. This is the issue. So famously, we all know Jordan. We all know from the last Dance documentary that Jordan takes things personal. This article was written, totally dogged Michael and his, even the idea of him playing baseball. The writer came out afterwards later and said, I blew it on that article. I had preconceived notions. I did a terrible job dogging Michael in that article. Ever since this article came out, Michael Jordan has never, ever given another interview to Sports Illustrated. And in fact, I've heard that he absolutely refuses to sign any Sports Illustrated issues after that, although I don't know that that's 100% true. So this is 28, is that right? 30, 20, 28. So this is 27. The Michael Jordan Y cover at 27. Got that bad boy at 9.8. This came out on October 18th, 1993, right after Jordan made his first retirement announcement. That was 27. 26. Another big chase issue for me that I've never been able to get at 9.8, coming in at number 26. This is June 28th, 1993, right after the Bulls won their first three-peat. That's cover 26. This is cover 25. Get it out of that bag. Jordan and Barkley at number 25 from June 23rd, 1993. This was the 1993 NBA Finals, and came out right before that last one with them playing the Suns. That was 23. 23. This is 22. Hanging tough. Jordan, cover number 22 from January 7th, also 1993. So those 1993 playoffs against the New York Knicks. Is that, Anthony Mason. And look at that face on Anthony Mason right there. I loved watching the Bulls and the Knicks season every year. That was 23. This is 22. The Yes cover. Now we're back to the 1992 season. Yep, June 15th, 1992, during the playoffs against the Portland Trail Blazers. You can see that is Clyde Drexler there and Jerome Kersey there. So that's 22. That was 23. That was 23. This is 22. Bustin' Loose, again, in the 1992 season, May 25th, 1992, again, playing the New York Knicks. You can see Patrick Ewing there, just getting his butt kicked by Jordan like he always did. So that's cover 22 at 9.4. 21 is, this one should be better. This is probably one of the worst performing grades I've got. 21 is May 11th, 1992. Again, still part of the finals, or still part of the 1992 playoffs. Clyde Drexler, he's playing there. Only got that one at 9.0. I need some work on that one. This is cover 21. The famous Michael Jordan, Sportsman of the Year, hologram. He goes from a very stoic picture there to the big smile there. Got this at 9.8. I wonder how many. There's no QR code on this one. It's too old. December 23rd, 1991 at 21. If you're younger than me, you'll just never grasp. Just so you know, we thought we were living in the future when this came out in 1991. This was peak technology in 1991 to print a hologram this big and put it on every single issue that was produced. It blew our minds. We were like, oh, this is it. We're all going to be living on the moon next week. It's just the way life's going right now. That's technology these days. 9.8 at 20. This is number 19, another one I really need an upgrade on. 9.2, this is November 11th, 1991. I believe this is both Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen's first cover appearance at number 19. And then This one, very interesting. I'm in a number of group chats, and one of my group chats just had a long conversation about this. So this is Jordan cover 18. This is August 5th, 1991. That's Jordan right there. And you can see that graded at 9.2. Maybe one of the least graded Jordan covers. Just wasn't one that people saved, and really hard to find. If you're trying to get all 50 Michael Jordan issues and get them graded, I hear more gripes and complaints about finding copies of this one, especially in decent shape, than anything else. And we've got that one sitting there at 9.2. That's the best I've ever been able to do on that. All right, another edit here. I'm going to switch boxes. Okay, digging into the last box here. Now we're getting really down to the good stuff. The rare, really difficult to find ones, especially in high grade. So we are at cover number 17. I've talked about this one a lot. So this is 9.8. This is June 22nd, 1992, right after they beat the Trailblazers for title number 2. This was an issue that my mom bought for me from the grocery store that I put in a box for 20, 25 years. It was just sitting in my basement. And when I first got into this hobby, this was one of the first 5 issues that I ever submitted to CGC to get graded. It came back at a 9.8, has a ton of sentimental value to me. That is one that I'm going to guess will be with me till I die. So this is cover number, that was 17. This is 16, Air Power. This one's at 9.6. That doesn't bother me at all. 9.6 on Air Power? I'm totally fine with that. No, I'm not. Gotta find that 9.8. Let's look. I know there's 9.8s of this that exist. Let's get the pop count on it so I can be even more upset and angry about the fact that I don't have this at 9.8. Pop 13, 2 graded higher. Painful. That is 16, so this next one is 15. I gotta fix that. That looks like terrible. 15. Yeah, this one doesn't have a QR code on it, so it's difficult for me to look it up real quick. One of the best. This is on, I've talked about this before, great Sports Illustrated covers that aren't first covers for anybody. The Hank Aaron 715, the 91 Dream Team. This one is another one. Magic and Michael, just the passing of the torch from the Magic Showtime Lakers of the 80s to the Bulls of the 90s. Came out on June 10th, 1991 during the 1991 NBA Finals, the Bulls' first title win. Fix this right now. This issue deserves to be in a bag and that is not torn. So I'm throwing that away right now so I remember to put a new bag on it. One of the absolute best. I don't think that this one exists at 9.8. I know that for a long time there was no 9.8. I think that's still the case. One of the best. I mean, just stunning. Okay, that was 15, so this is 14 I got coming right now. Again, should be better than that 9.0. This is finally June 3rd, 1991. The Bulls getting the NBA Finals. That's the finally. Got that graded at a 9.0. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. The Dream Team at 9.6. Beautiful. There is no 9.8, so this is a top pop. February 18th, 1991. You got Magic, Jordan, Barkley, Ewing, Karl Malone. Everybody always says, why wasn't Larry Bird on the cover? Because this came out 1.5 years before the Olympics. And Bird's back was a total disaster. The man could barely walk. They weren't sure that Bird was going to be able to play in the 1992 Olympics. And if you go back and watch a lot of those games, the Olympics that year, Bird was laying on his stomach on the sidelines because his back was killing him so bad. So that's why Bird wasn't on the cover. They didn't think he was going to be on the team. He ended up being on the team, and it was right before he retired. So love this one at 13. So this is 12. 12 is another Bull Run at 9.6. Cover number 12. This is December 7th, 1990. This was the very last one. This was the... Oh no, I take that back. I'm getting confused with another one. But we'll get to that in just a second. So again, cover number 12 for Michael Jordan. Cover number 11. Oh, yeah. This one is beautiful. One of my favorite at 9.6. for cover number 11, May 21st, 1990. I know there's at least 19.8 out there because it's one of my customers and I pressed it. Shout out to you, my man, Mark. Appreciate that. He's got some awesome Jordan 9.8s, ones that I don't have. Doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it. It's cool. Still love it. Showtime Jordan. That is 11. So we're down to the top 10. This one I just picked up recently. I bought this one already slabbed and upgraded from a previous version that I had. Again, I know there's at least one 9.8 of this. This is cover number 10, November 6th, 1989. 9.4, that's Joe Dumars from the Pistons. Cover number 9. Oh, this is a beautiful one. Jordan, out playing golf. I thought I had this at a higher grade. I definitely need to get this one upgraded. 9.0. Can't live with myself having the Jordan golf issue at 9.0. August 14th, 1989. Love that. Make sure this box doesn't fall over. That was 9. This is 8. Raging Bull at 9.4. Beautiful. May 15th, 1989. Just fantastic. Beautiful 9.4. Make sure my stack doesn't fall over. 7, cover number 7. How high? At 8.0. This was the last one. For whatever reason, I had every single Jordan. I could find them all in Newsstand and decent grades. This was the very last one that took me a while to get there to close out my, getting all 50 Jordans graded. So how high? This is March 13th, 1989. 8.0. Not great, but I'll take it. Okay, this is number 6. Sky High, 8.0. Man, I thought I had that one higher than that too. Beautiful issue, May 16th, 1988. Just a gorgeous. This is one of the one. I've told the stories before. I had a subscription to Sports Illustrated. Whenever Jordan was on the cover, I would rip the covers off and put them on my wall. And this was the most famous one. This one was sitting on the wall right next to my door. So every time I walked in and out of my bedroom, I'd see this. And for me personally, maybe one of the most iconic Sports Illustrated or Jordan covers for me. Sitting there at a beautiful number 8. Okay, 5 left. These are the big dogs. These are really some of the most collectible and toughest to find Jordans. So at number 5, you've got Pictures 87. You can see that graded at a beautiful 9.4. This is from December 28th, 1987. We're getting into some really vintage ones here. Number 4 is the famous One-Man Gang Jordan cover. This is November 17th, 1986. Got that in an 8.0. Not great on that one. This one, I'm embarrassed that my best Star is Born is a 6.0. I'm embarrassed that that's the case. December 10th, 1984. This is Jordan's first pro cover, 6.0. Best I've ever been able to get in that one. It's a bummer. Oh, just the Olympic cover at a beautiful 9.2 for the Jordan Olympic cover, July 23rd, 1984. And then number 1, Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, in their North Carolina blue uniforms, November 28th, 1983. Now, it does say this now, but this is back from the day when it didn't say this. It didn't say Jordan's first Sports Illustrated cover. And this copy does not say that, so it's before they did that. 8.5 is a fair grade. Staple tears on this one. It's a beautiful copy, but 8.5 is a fair grade on that. That was fun. That didn't take an hour. That wasn't that bad. Got to see all 50 Jordan covers. Like I said, if you own one, if you saw one and you're like, I own one better than that, and you're interested in selling, reach out to me because I'm always looking to upgrade my Jordans. Really appreciate you watching. If you're interested in my comic and magazine cleaning and pressing service, drop a comment. Find me on social media. Shoot me a DM over there. This one was a lot of fun. If you have any other video ideas for me while we wait for PSA to start shipping slabs, let me know because I'm looking to fill some videos here while I'm not going to have as many unboxing videos. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it.